Good.
I have got no audio on the stream.
None? That's not helpful.
Oh, no, sorry, scratch that. It's back.
Sweet.
How's that? I think audio for me was missing. Is that right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. We're back. We're a few people short, but we'll stroll along anyway. We have a dungeon to delve into, a dungeon to master. No.
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 No, thank you.
Last time, the gang faced a group of apparent or alleged vampires who then turned out to be a group of theater nerds who were using their talents as actors to rob people who were dumb enough to believe them. Grackle put an end to this very swiftly with an arrow to the shoulder of one of the kids. And after they screamed out in pain, told them everything about their scheme and their plot and their ploy, the group decided to put an end to this by talking to the gang's leaders, a very grumpy but clever young man, and a very grumpy and diva-like young woman, and a flesh golem. The comedic high point then occurred during the ending of the stream when Gendry decided to free his hand of the cursed sword by burning his own hand. And that's where we're picking up for tonight. Gendry lying on the floor with the hand still smoking. The smell of flesh, bacon, burnt flesh, burnt hair, filling the room, and the rest of the group just found a small key hidden in a big fresco. Why don't we quickly introduce ourselves? I'm Jan, I'm the Dungeon Master. To my right is Lance. Who are you playing today?
I am playing Varrock Nightscale, Dragonborn Paladin.
Then there's Cynthia, who's playing
Grackle, a Goblin Rogue.
We have Mark.
Hello, I'm playing Theron Thunderstone, a dwarven artificer. Sorry.
And last but not least, Alex.
I am playing a rock gnome rogue who's burnt their hand.
Indeed you did. Alright. So,
Oh dear.
what do you guys want to do now? That's the scene that you see before you. You see Gendry with the burnt hand. You see Copper Kettle, your tabaxi bard, still playing with the embers that are flying around the room.
Varrock is going to charge over. What? How did this happen?
It could have got it off. Make it get off.
Oh dear. Lay on hands. I don't know how
Well,
much damage that was. Was it an 8 or 9?
I
Is
think
he
it was
still
8.
on fire?
Oh yeah, my top still got like a little burn hole at the stomach.
Yeah.
But are you still on fire, or is
No.
the fire out?
The fire has
Fire.
I
been
think,
turned out.
yeah,
Yeah, or
Sweet.
put out.
yeah.
I think
Did-
Copper Kettle used Thaumaturgy to
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thomas
fire.
Hershey to put it out, yeah.
He's
Mhm.
very clever.
So,
Hey, did I notice this was even happening, or was I too busy with the door, the key, the dwarf key?
I think you all noticed as soon as Gendry started to yell. But that's when Copper Kettle also turned off the fire and Gendry just lied down on the floor. Or lay down on the floor.
Mhm. Did it work?
We will. No, it's still there, but we will get that dealt with. If we can get some rest time in, I may be able to attempt to break the spell again.
Now,
You, how does Gendry's hand look?
it's charred. It's been on fire, like for.
No, sorry, I kind of meant like in terms of damage done. Do you need like a heal? I guess.
Oh no,
Oh,
I got
Varrock
nail
just
on
laid
hand.
on hands,
Oh, okay, cool. Right.
so that's all of the damage is
Mhm.
gone.
Right.
But
fair
it is still charred and
Yeah.
still smells like bacon.
Fair enough.
If I like scrape
Just-
my hand a little bit, does it like come off?
Oh yeah. It quite certainly, yeah. It flakes off. Yeah. It's quite disgusting.
So I'm like a child picking at a scab, but I'm just trying to like
And it hurts.
see if it like removes with the sword.
Like if you touch the like touching the outer charred layer doesn't hurt because it's dead, but as soon as you put enough pressure on it to get through to the underlaying layer of skin and flesh and bones, it hurts like a motherfucker. Holy shit! It burns. It hurts more than when it was on fire.
That hardly seems fair.
It's
new skin problems.
Totally fair.
New skin problems. This is common. It'll pass. Your nerves just need to reacclimate to the new skin.
Yeah, it's just my first idea though. My second idea will be much better.
You'll get to it eventually. Don't worry about it.
Maybe I say as I peek from around somebody. Maybe you should run your ideas past someone else. He seems smart. Pointing at some random. Anybody in this party. He seems smart.
That's good advice.
It was a
Don't ask
good
me.
idea,
I'm bad
but
at those things, but ask one of them.
a good idea. But maybe we should discuss it next time.
Okay. Well, okay. I've got a mini idea, but I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
fine.
what's your plan? You're standing or lying in this old throne room with the Drake skeleton in the middle, and the big skeleton throne in the back.
DM, did you mention that the Drake skeleton was or was not magical? I know we checked, but I just can't remember the answer.
It wasn't.
Okay.
I think
Nothing about it.
the crystals within it, were they magical?
The crystals like emanated a very slight and faint
Right.
magic, like something like more like a remnant of magic.
Residue. Yeah.
Residue,
Right, okay.
yes.
So we also went into this corridor, and there was a mural.
The
The
fresco.
dwarven
Yeah.
key.
A
Right.
giant fresco.
Fresco. Fair enough. Okay, so I suppose we have two options, right? We could carry on down that hall or try this door. I don't think there was anything else around this way, right? on the right hand side of this room?
I prop myself up and slowly go over. No.
I mean, do you want to keep going on, or do you want to take a rest?
Do we need to how are we
Well, I'm
doing?
still okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm better now, but I'm okay.
Well, if anybody needs to rest, we should do it because I'm getting really curious about what this key does.
Mhm.
Okay. We need to take a long rest for spell slots, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And also to restore my lay on hands pool.
You lay on hands pool, right?
However, short rest is all I need for a spell shatter.
I mean, yeah. For me, it's either a long rest or I don't particularly need a short rest.
Mhm.
How we
Yes.
we entered at about noon, right? And we've been sort of putzing about for how long?
It's been a while.
Dinner time?
It's hard to say given that there's no natural light down here. You don't see the sun, you don't see the sky or anything. But you reckon it would have been a few hours, yeah. Like you spend in the beginning, you spend a while with the rituals you cast
Mhm.
and the fight with the ooze and then all that stuff.
Mhm.
Probably been a good three hours or so.
At least, yeah.
Well,
Do we feel safe in this bit if we were gonna rest?
I mean, Haria and Akhtar and the other actors put up camp here, so you reckon it can't be. I
Should be
mean,
alright.
define safe in a in a dungeon filled with monsters and traps and stuff, but
True.
relatively safe.
Mhm.
I'm fine resting here or going on.
Sounds like a
But,
good time for a rest. Also, it gives me a chance to try this out. It's time for the dining table.
Huh?
The what?
You heard him.
You'll see Varrock pull out from his bag of holding. It looks like a small box, about 6 inches by 12 inches. He unfolds it, and it has these odd little markings on the top of it that almost look like small place settings. And then he'll say something in Draconic.
Which.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
But did
What?
you roll?
That's a 4 on the dice, so a total of 7. Failing by
He's killed us all.
5. Failed it by 5.
Oh.
Much. Did was it smaller or bigger? What did you say?
Wrong number of settings. Plus or
Oh.
minus 1d4.
Did you define it in any way, or is it up to my?
Yeah, table for 5.
Yeah, that's what it should be, but the wrong
Well,
number.
no, the basic number is 4. So I was trying to go for 5, so the DC would be 12. I failed. Actually, no, it's one size category off. My mistake.
Okay, so the table is much smaller, or not much smaller, but smaller. It's actually the right size for Gendry and for Grackle, but for you it's like a children's table.
Well, I won't use the chairs then.
It's like I don't know if you've ever been to back to school to like as a parent or whatever, and try to sit in these elementary school chairs. It's kind of like that.
So has Varric pulled out a small table?
No, it's a box that unfolds, and then he says something in Draconic, and it turns into a table with
Oh,
place
right, okay.
settings.
So you see Varrock taking out a box, and he places it in the middle of the room. Or which room, by the way?
It'd be
I
the
think we're
main
Staying in the throne room.
throne
Yeah.
area.
The front area. Okay, there's not much room, like in the middle, not much room, because that's where I said Drake, it's a wyvern, where the skeleton is, but it's somewhere on the side, probably. Like
Mhm.
here.
Yeah,
Or here.
something like that.
And he sets down the box, and he says a few words that you don't understand. And suddenly you hear a and the box folds open, and it keeps folding open, and it rises up, and it keeps folding open, and something and you see before you like a table and a set of chairs, and does it come with cutlery and everything, and plates?
Yep,
Sort of
it's
thing?
got it's got everything. Cups and plates and cutlery.
But it comes out the size of a child's table.
Yes.
So as it
Excuse me, we are
does,
not
all
children.
all the cups are sippy cups.
Right. as it
Yeah.
does, Theron kind of like saddles up to Varrock and says, "Is it meant to do that?"
No, I didn't quite phrase it right.
I mean, it would
Ah.
would also be a good size for you, Theron, for Copper Kettle. You all can sit You can all sit
Comfortably.
at the table. It's Varrock only who
I forgot we were all smalls.
So Varrock just sits down by the table.
like one of these like
on the floor.
like one
Yeah.
of these Japanese tables with the
Mhm.
heating blanket.
Yeah.
That kind
Yeah.
of deal.
Oh, I had this mental image of you sitting with like one butt cheek on the chair and the other one just looking uncomfortable.
No. Like, he's 6'8". Trying to fit into a child-sized chair would actually be terrible.
This is the most
Like, it
beautiful
would probably
thing
get
I've
stuck
ever
on
heard.
his tail.
Theron's gonna start like examining the device. There's magical box
Yeah.
turned into a table. It's pretty interesting. He's gonna
Yeah,
start
I've
it's
jumped
just-
from the chair already.
He's gonna like
Just
start
a
poking and
table,
stuff.
or is it just a table, or is there a meal on it as well?
No, the meal comes after, as he reaches into another pouch and brings out what looks like a handful of almost like a fine powder, except it doesn't seem to. It's not like a normal powder. Like, where it falls doesn't seem to do anything until he casts it out over the table and makes another charisma check that succeeds. It's quite tasty.
Yeah.
Create food and water, but it has lots of flavor.
All right.
Ooh,
Sweet.
So-
bacon.
Varrock
I've
isn't
been
done yet.
craving bacon for a few minutes now.
He does another incantation, and the cute little table fills up with all these very tasty and hearty looking meals and drinks. You can sit down and enjoy, well, a good meal.
I'm in heaven.
Okay.
So are you taking a long or a short rest?
I am happy to do either.
That's not an answer.
I mean, well, it's more an answer for the group, so I don't mind either way.
Well, it's more for your guys' spells because I don't have any, so I'm quite
I'm out
happy.
I have expended a few spell slots, so a long
Yeah, I'm out
rest
of
probably
second
would
level
not go.
spells.
Yeah,
Would probably not go amiss.
yeah,
Right.
we'll do the long then.
Long rest. So that's 8 hours.
Mhm.
Are you going to set up any watch posts, or not watch posts, like watch shifts, like who's on for the first watch, second watch, third watch, fourth watch, and so
Mhm.
on?
Probably should.
Yeah, and also I will, as a ritual, cast alarm before any eating begins.
Yeah, actually, let me just check some stuff.
Just all around little
Good call.
Shiny silver wire, just all around as much as the room as I can get.
I don't have to have it prepared to cast it as a ritual, do I?
You do have to have it prepared to cast it as a ritual.
You do? Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
Unless you're a wizard.
Right. Fair enough. Well, I can't do anything then. That's fine. Never mind.
Actually, I have no idea what spells I paired because I know how many I know, but not a pair. Yep.
Alright,
Does,
so,
Dancing light only lasts for 1 minute? That seems strange.
I mean, that's 10 rounds in combat.
Yeah, but it's more it's like a utility spell, so why would it only last for up to a minute?
Alright, so,
Yeah, it
what
doesn't matter.
I need to know from you guys is the order in for your watch. Who takes first watch and so on.
I'll have first.
Alright.
Yeah, how many watches do you think would need to take?
I mean, it's 8 hours. Say you spend like 1 hour eating. You have 7 hours. There's if you all want, actually you need to rest for 8 hours to get a full long rest.
So if we call it 10 hours, then each of us can take a 2-hour shift. And we also have time for eating dinner and doing whatever we need to do when we wake up.
Varrock will take last watch because that's also when he can get his prayers out of the way.
At least 8 hours, and then each character can spend no more than 2 hours standing watch as a light activity. So we need 4 watches then. So everyone would need to take a turn.
I'll go second then.
I did math. That's good. You impressed? No,
Very.
she's just not impressed.
We need to sleep for 8 hours, but if each of us are doing 2 hours, then that's 10 hours it gives us. Or one person can take the night off and not do it.
Alright, so with Grecolin first. Who's on second?
I'll go second.
What's on second?
Who?
No, who's
Gendry
on
on
first?
second. Farron third.
Sure.
And Varrock on last. Alright. So while you eat and like talk among each other, you see Aktal and Haria and the Flesh Golem like walk out their bedroom. And they like Aktal, he's looking like he tries very hard. He's focusing on the opposite wall. He's not looking in your direction. And he walks funny. Haria gives you a wide smile and a "We'll see you in the theater." Actually, that's not how she talked. What was her accent? Anyway, and the Flesh Golem, Niles, he just follows Haria, and they disappear through the door and are gone. It's very silent, as it's always been. Gretel, why don't you roll a d20 for me during your first watch?
Would this be perception?
No, just a straight d20.
Trouble
Okay.
check.
13.
Alright. How do you spend your watch? Do you have any quirks, anything you do to keep awake or anything?
Yeah, I lay out the contents of my component pouch, make sure everything is there, tidy it back up away, and then I spend a lot of time doing really slow, languid stretches. It looks like somewhere between yoga and Pilates.
Alright.
Gotta stay limber.
Your Your watch.
She's doing white lady sports. Okay.
That's fine. That's fair. Your watch goes over without any incident. You reckon that if there was anything, most things are probably scared away by the flesh golem, or thinking that there would be a flesh golem here. But yeah, 2 hours pass, and you go and wake up Gendry.
Wake up, friend.
See that soon.
Sorry.
Go to school, Mom.
Hey, but at least you're ready for action if anything happens.
Yay.
I fist bump the sword hand. But very, very, very gently, like, and then go lie down with my blanket over my head and my feet hanging off the bottom.
Alright, Gendry, what are your, what's your ritual? What do you do while you're alone taking watch?
Well, naturally I get out my pipe.
Smoke up.
But as I'm one-handed, I figured out that if I put the pipe on top of the sword, I can then fill it quite nicely. There we go, pack it down. And then I start smoking.
Yeah, you have 2 hours to figure this out. As you smoke, roll a d20 for me.
Nice. 12.
Okay. As you smoke, you calm down, you become a bit mellow, but you then start to smell something. Not just the smell of your own pipe, but you you smell tobacco. You smell another pipe. Very high quality, well perfumed tobacco. It's a very warm and nice smell, and it's a smell that's familiar to you. You hear someone say, Gendry, Gendry, Gendry. Setting your own hand on fire? Is that the best you could do? Oh shit, ruined it. I need everybody else but Gendry to take off their headset.
Alright, fair enough.
Wait a second. Since your image is frozen for me, will someone else wave or tell me when it's time to put these back?
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So you hear the voice that you've heard many a time of a deep, warm voice. Like it sounds like a grandfather voice that's used to telling stories and that's used to laughing a lot. And the voice says, burning your own hand? Is that the best you could do?
I thought I'd try it out.
Well, it clearly didn't work. Now, I come visiting you whenever whenever you're in need of help, and I think you're quite in need of help right now. You are aware of what dungeon you're in, where you're delving into?
Mhm.
I don't think so. You heard rumors, I assume?
I've heard rumors of magic coming out of here.
Yes. Yes, and that's a big problem. We need to, or you and your friends, need to get to the bottom of this. Literally.
Okay.
But this is quite a dangerous road ahead of you, and you need to be careful. You need to trust in your friends. You need to look out for them as they will look out for you.
Will do.
I'll see what I can do about your sword hand.
Thank you.
But one more advice that I can give you is, should you encounter the master of these halls, do not anger him. You are not ready to face him.
Okay.
He's a very dangerous, deluded man. Deluded? Crazy.
Okay.
Alright. I'll be back with you soon as I can. But also know that the deeper you go in, the harder it might be for me to reach you. So watch out. Stay safe. And try not to set yourself on fire again.
Okay. It was nice hearing from you again.
It was nice talking to you. And the smell of tobacco slowly starts to fade.
Done.
I was debating if I should do this entire private conversation thing. And I forgot about it. Like, I was thinking about it for 2 days. And when it's time to have to talk, forget about it. So that's so me.
On brand.
Completely on brand. Anyway, if what you do with this information, Gendry, is up to you. But yeah. The rest of your watch goes over smoothly. No interference, nothing else happens, and that's when you go and wake up Theron.
That's just me. Theron wakes up slowly. Everything okay, Gendry?
All good, all good. A good atmosphere tonight.
Good. Get yourself some sleep. Beryl and I will keep watch.
Cool. And a full face first.
Theron sees this and nods and kind of wanders off, adjusting his armor and his straps.
Right. What do you do during your watch?
So Theron takes maybe 10-15 minutes just to have a look around, just make sure there's nothing in the immediate area, and then he goes up to Beryl, pushes the button on the back of her neck, and she converts back into the kind of workshop, and starts just tinkering. Starts to like tinker with little devices, and puts them in a pouch on the front of his armor.
Right.
Just producing little devices. He's so not even like really paying attention to it because he's so used to doing it. Just kind of restocking.
Right. Just a simple D20 from you.
That's an 8.
All right.
He's a bit distracted.
Yeah. You keep tinkering away, And there's you are quite distracted because you're so focused, which is why you don't notice that your tinkering wakes up Varrock, but it wakes him up right on time.
Sorry, my friend. And he finish up, puts tools away, and press the button on the back of Beryl. He'll just turn back and give a huff and wander off. I'm sorry to wake you. I wasn't being careful.
Well, these things happen. Much like my table.
An interesting contraption. I would love to have a look at it later.
Well, as long as it doesn't require disassembly.
Disassembly doesn't have to be part of the process. Not always.
I paid quite a bit for this table. I'd like to stay functional if at all possible.
No, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm an old man, or old dwarf, and would like to go to sleep now.
Rest well, my little friend.
And you just hear the whirring of gears as he wanders off to just kept by Beryl.
Alright. Farron goes to sleep. Varrock takes up his watch. What's your... You mentioned prayer.
Yes. Praying for spells.
Tell me about it.
Well, let's see. Don't actually have a good spell list prepared at the moment, but one of the spells that I will definitely be preparing this time cast is my Find Steed spell. Because having a very large lizard down here is never especially one that can climb on the walls or ceiling.
Alright, so you're praying to your goddess. Give me a d20.
That would be a 2.
So perceptive, everyone.
It's getting much worse.
So, you're deep in prayer. Talking or praying to your goddess.
It's not going to be a good guess.
When you hear a what's the word? When you hear a flapping sound, but very rapid, and it seems to be coming from several sources. Let me show you from here. You didn't check, but Haria and Atkal left the door open. And they're probably, gone. They're back up in the yawning portal, as far as you know. But you can definitely hear the sound of flapping wings from this direction, and it's getting closer. And that's the moment you turn around to look in that direction, you see 4 of these.
Oh, bugger. Excuse me.
Hate Sturges.
Oh, nice. Yep. Cool.
You said flapping sun, and then first thing. No. The world's meatiest mosquitoes.
Ugh.
That's alright, we got this.
Okay. You know what? I think I wanted to have slept right there.
Alright, so
Or there.
Varric, what do? You see these creatures approaching. Your friends are still asleep.
Well, slip shield on arm really quick, grab sword, and slam my sword against my shield. Awake! We are under attack!
So everybody, you are being...
Alright.
You're suddenly... you're suddenly being ripped from your slumber as Varric is making a hell of a noise, banging sword and shield together, going like a loud bell, like an alarm bell. And as you rise from your sleep, you are starting to hear this flapping sound too. It's like, it sounds like, it kind of sounds like steaks being slapped together. And you see these creatures that look like, well, big fleshy bats, but without a fur and with a long protruding nose, or like snout. And they are charging right at you. And that's where we are going to roll for initiative.
No.
Great.
Oh, I have a dice that needs to go to dice jail now.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, that's not good.
Because that was a 1.
Okay, I no longer feel so bad.
And I get no bonuses to my initiative either, so I'm going last.
I got 9.
10.
Alright. Farron got 9. Greco got 10. Farron, yeah. Greco. Varric, what's your total then?
1.
1. Okay. Gendry?
13.
13. Alright. Let me just very closely thing. Token. There it is. So, Gendry, you rocket up from your sleep, like jumping up, sword in hand, and you see these creatures flying towards you. What do you do? It's your turn.
Check myself to make sure I'm not dreaming.
Right, that's a bonus action.
Apparently I have weapon fighting, so instead of just reloading it, I'm just gonna get out my hand crossbow and fire it, and then discard it.
Alright.
So I'm gonna make one shot with it.
Alright. Which one are you shooting at?
I'm gonna shoot the closest one, so that one. Oop.
You have to select. But I assume you mean this one.
Yeah, that one. That's
All
the
right.
one. So let's see. Oh.
What did you roll?
I got a 19.
Nice, that's a hit.
Very nice.
Cool.
Roll for damage.
Roll for that. I forgot about this one. Ah, damn it. 1 plus 4, 5 points.
Alright. So Gendry jumps up from sleep and he pulls a hand crossbow, takes aim, lets loose a bolt, and you pierce a stirge right through the chest, and it falls down limp, not moving anymore.
They're easy-ish.
Just don't let them get close.
It's now Greckle's turn. What are you doing?
You know what? Every once in a while I play someone that doesn't have this, so I'm gonna... No, I do. I have a short bow, so I'm gonna take Gendry's hint and shoot with the short bow. That was very loud. 12?
12 hit, yeah. Actually, no. That's a miss.
Okay.
12 is a miss. Sorry. So you let loose an arrow, but still kind of shaken from the sudden awakening. You miss, sadly.
Then I would like... All of my friends are across the room with their backs to a door, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then there's nothing to hide behind, so I won't hide. Nothing. I don't get to do anything.
Alright.
That's it.
Theron, what do you want to do?
Theron is gonna like wake up with a start, say, is it time to get up already? And he'll see the third, is it Sturges? What are they called?
Sturges, yeah.
Sturges.
Say, Beryl, deal with this. And as my bonus action, I'll command Beryl to attack. With my action and movement, I'm gonna move... Sorry, 2 seconds. No, I'm going to stay where I am. And I'm going to use Thorn Vine as a cantrip. So Thorn like unravels a bit of chain again, kind of like spiked chain, and flings it.
Right.
Let's go with the closest one. This guy here, I just can't select this one.
Yep, make an attack roll. We have to make a check.
No, it's an attack roll.
Alright.
That is a crit. A fail, not crit. A critical fail. What it is. That is a 1. So 7, 7 in total.
It's a chain.
It's a chain, yeah. It's like a length of chain, a bit like Ghost Rider.
Okay, I get it. You whip your chain, but you're also still very groggy. So your chain goes flying.
Just out of my hand.
Yeah, it slips out of your hand, and it also doesn't hit anything. Like it lands in front of him, like halfway between you and the Sturges.
Just gonna go. Okay, I'll get that later. And Beryl's gonna charge off then.
Right.
Towards the closest one again, and go for a bite attack, which is a +5, I think. Yeah, +5.
Yep.
That is 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
And 1d8. So 8, 9, 10 points of damage.
Alright. So Beryl kind of leaps up, goes on its hind legs, and you said for a bite?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She just her maw just chomps down on the sturgeon. You hear a short and a cloud of blood. And when Beryl lands back down on her on all fours, spits out a clumpy mess of sturge that doesn't move anymore.
Nice.
Good bear.
That's my turn.
That's when the Sturges attack. The first one actually goes for Barrel, because Barrel is closest. And it tries to do the search thing. It moves up.
Tries to do this thirst thing?
Yeah, it moves up one space, and it tries to attack with, let's see,
the giant straw that is its...
Yeah. Alright, let me roll. What's Barrel's,
It's 15.
15, okay. Yep, that's a miss. So, what happens is, the Sturge goes for a dive bomb towards Barrel, trying to burrow its snout into Barrel's skin, but Barrel is made out of metal, so nothing happens. It just kind of dings off.
Ricochet noise, just boing, and then it flies off.
Kinda, yeah. And now let's see. Alright.
Probably
So,
if Varrock was within range, he'd be awesome.
So it's now this Sturge's turn, and it starts flying towards you, Greckle. And it tries to do the same thing.
No.
How does a 12 sound?
Well, does not sound like my armor class. Miss.
Alright. It also goes for dive bomb, but it seems to get lost in all your cloaks and stuff, and it kind of just flies under your arm, and misses, and it's now buzzing right in front of your face. Varrock. Time to shine.
Time to move up here and hit something with a sword, or at least make the attempt.
Hit it.
That's a 14 on the dice.
That's it. Unless you subtract anything.
Nope, in fact I add +5 for 9 damage.
Tell me how you did.
Just a standard, like, overhead, cut it and just right in half.
Yeah, you just cut it in twain. It just...
Chop that sucker out of the air.
Ha! Get it?
Ah!
Oh no.
Alright. We're back to the top of initiative. It is Gendry's turn. What do you want to do?
Let's see how far. Not a natural born sword fighter.
Yeah, the problem is the sword is one size category too large for you. There are special rules for it, but I would certainly just say you get disadvantage on your attack rolls because it's so large and heavy.
That makes sense.
And damage would be 1d8, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, what's your damage for your sword?
1d8.
Yeah.
It's versatile, so it can be 1d10, but that's if I two-hand it.
Ah, well, then it would be 1d10 because she has two-handed. But you definitely get a disadvantage on your attack roll, so you have to roll twice and then use the worst outcome.
Right. So then, what I will do, I'll move just there. I'll be like, and then I cast blindness. Oh no, would it be blind or deafness? I'm trying to think which one a bat mosquito would not have. Blindness. Let's do blindness.
All right.
So it's a con save of 12 for me.
Wait, let me see. And that doesn't look good. Yeah. Tell me how you cast the spell, how it looks. What happens?
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm meant to do, and then confused and muddled. I sort of in between my little mess of noodles, sort of cast it out like Spider-Man. Trying to aim as nicely as I can. Just oh, it worked. Oh.
you notice the Sturge flutter a bit more panicked, as it is now blind. Grackle, you see a very confused-looking and panicked monstrosity flying in front of you. Its eyes seem to be clouded over. What do you want to do?
I've decided I don't mind if its eyes are clouded over. So I will fish about in my robes for my sword. Can't find it because I took it off to sleep. So in a panic, I reach for my spell component pouch. Took that off to sleep too. Firebolt!
Alright.
And that is to hit. Okay. Natural 1.
Oh.
Yikes.
I'm so sorry, Gendry. So sorry.
Gendry's hand catches fire again.
Or borrow, or Farah.
Now here's the thing. The direct line isn't Gendry. It's Beryl.
Oh, poor Beryl. I'm so sorry. I didn't
Roll
mean to
damage,
nudge.
please.
It's alright,
Okay,
Beryl's
that-
tough. She can take it.
D10. 2d10.
Oh, maybe not.
I'm really sorry. I know.
No, it's
I know she was an expensive bear. 12. Oh, plus no, just 12. Thank goodness.
Okay.
Alright, so you hear a panicked "ah!" from Grackle, and a bolt of fire shooting from her hands, missing the Sturge.
Whoa.
And just colliding with Beryl's back, resulting in a kind of a blast sound, and Beryl now having like a charred part of the armor or of the chassis.
You just see Beryl like look round and look back and just just half.
I'm so
The bear's got a burnt arse.
Theron.
This is small.
What do you want to do?
Oh, me. Sorry. Like, who's Theron? Oh, it's me. I will. Okay, so seeing Beryl take the hit, as my bonus action, I'm going to shout to Beryl, do something about that, and the Beryl will repair itself, or herself on its turn, and I'm going to move forward. Let me see here. How far can I get? Well, my movement speed's only like 25, isn't it?
Yep.
I ain't very fast for a dwarf. Okay. So I can get to about there, I think. I'll move up to here. By Gendry, and I will... On my way there, because the thorn thing is a cantrip, would I just have another length of, like, chain?
Here's the thing. Usually, the way it works is you produce, like, it manifests in your hand. But you described it as having, like, an actual chain that you imbue with magic, if I understood it correctly. But I don't want to limit you in that way. So...
Okay, well, here's a better description. On my pouch, I have a length of chain which just continuously comes out of a small contraption on my boat. It's like a spool.
Of chain.
As far as people can tell, it's like unlimited, but I'll only ever take enough out to use.
Alright.
Is that alright? As far as the same way. Because I don't think I've got any ranged weapons, to be honest. So.
Yes, please just kill the Sturge.
This is the longest encounter. Okay.
We had less trouble with the vampires.
That's going to be 14 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Oh, it's 2d6.
Alright, you kill it. If it's 2d6,
yeah, it was like 7.
No, if it's 2d6, there's no way that you don't kill it.
Right, fair enough.
Because it only has 2 hit points, so automatically.
Fair enough.
So how do you want to do it?
Having like rubbed the sleep out of his eyes, he unreels another length of chain and just whips out of the thing and just pulls it down out of the sky.
Alright, so you've been awakened quite roughly. Varrock, I'm afraid you didn't get your long rest. You've been interrupted in the middle of it. Actually, no, that's not true. You did. It was during your watch. Never mind, I'm sorry. You all got your long rest? Actually, no. Who went to bed last? Varrock.
Me, I went to bed last.
Theron went to bed last.
Farron, sorry. I mixed this up. Yeah. In that case, it was Farron who didn't get his long rest. Everybody else did. So you all restored your spell slots and your hit points. Farron, I'll grant you the benefits of a short rest.
Okay.
Because you did get a few hours of sleep, you just didn't get the full amount of time you needed to get a full rest. So you can roll, if you lost hit points, you can roll your hit die to replenish some
I meant to roll to heal Beryl, but that's fine. I'll do that just now. But yeah, no, I don't need any extra hit points. I'm good.
Alright. So.
2d6.
So was that towards the end of Varrock's watch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's basically time to wake up.
Yes.
I grumble as I put my things back on.
Seeing that everyone is awake and no one is hurt, Varrock is going to look like he's going back to his prayers, but he's going to spend 10 minutes to cast Find Steed.
Alright, so you see Varrock deeply in prayer. He didn't communicate what he's doing, so he just stands there or kneels there.
Just chilling.
And he's just, praying. What is the rest of you doing?
I'm doing laps of the room to dispel my energy a little bit.
Alright.
I am. No, nothing. I'm not doing anything. So.
Right.
Yeah, just limbering up for the day.
Alright. So the 10 minutes pass. What happens then, Varrock?
What looks like a faintly glowing blue-white mist begins to coalesce into a solid shape right next to Varrock and takes the shape of a giant lizard.
Theron
Stop mid-run.
Yeah. Theron pulls his sword and shield, his hammer and shield out, like ready for combat, and Beryl rears up.
Yeah.
When you say giant, what?
Short bow.
Large enough to ride for Varrock.
So, at least this
It
size.
would definitely count as a large creature.
This size or this size? Because that's from head to tail, that's 30 feet long.
Oh, not that big, no. Hold on, let me...
Because you have to remember... I mean, each and every... all the squares are 10 feet, but you are not 10 feet wide, so take that with a grain of salt. It's just to represent your creature. I mean, I could also make Beryl, a bit bigger, because Beryl is a larger size, too.
It's considered large, so I think it's technically only 10 feet long, so I think it's only a square in size.
Beryl's medium size, I think.
Alright, never mind then.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Look cool.
You look cool, but yeah.
Just to it's fine. That's just to it's not to scale. Our tokens are not to scale. Remember, this is a larger scale map, so everything looks a bit off. Because I think let me just pick up Varrock real quick. He would fit on the back of this.
Mhm.
If it was this size. Alright, so suddenly a large lizard appears in front of Varrock. Out of nowhere.
Varrock, did you do that?
Yes,
Varrock,
yes, I did.
Writing. There's a thing, and I'm already aiming my short bow.
Varrock stands, says, "Hold," then walks up to the head and pats it in a friendly fashion, much like one would do with a horse.
The lizard goes.
What an odd thing to say.
It's fine. This is my mount.
It's fine. This is my mount.
Put away the short bow.
Your mount?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, upon achieving my current rank as paladin, my goddess was kind enough to grant me the spell that allows me to summon a steed.
Uh-huh.
And
I am string my short bow.
This is my steed.
Does your steed have a name?
It does, but it's in Draconic, so it's more or less unpronounceable to humans.
Fair. Sorry.
We shall call it Betsy.
Gojira.
Gojira.
It's not quite large enough for that.
You made me see it, and then yeah, that also
Yeah,
does
tricky.
racism.
Why racist? That's the Japanese name.
What?
It is.
Gojira.
Its name
It's
is
Japanese.
Kaiju.
Oh, my bad. All right, it just sounded like you were doing a bad accent. Okay. So what are we doing? And have we lost Alex? I think we lost Alex.
I think so.
Alex?
Oh,
Alex,
yeah.
you froze and we can hear you. Oh, she knows.
Must be a
No, mine's just
connection.
takes me off.
I think I heard her for a second.
Hmm.
Good.
Yeah,
Connection issues.
sounds like.
It's still frozen.
Where did the thing go?
Our cameras might be fucked up for a bit in a moment. But that's fine. Alright, let's move on and hope Alex can join us again in a second. Oh!
Nope. There it goes.
It worked!
Muted though.
She's
Am I
lost.
back?
There you go.
Yeah,
Ah.
hi.
There we go. Sorry, I got kicked off.
Welcome back.
Alright,
Right.
so you've now spent about 10 hours in this room. And all you got to show for is a giant lizard.
Could be worse.
Yeah, this is not bad.
What do you
Hey, increase.
What do you want
Like,
to do?
Mubarak will mount up because it increases his speed to 40 instead of 30.
I'll just be back here with my 25. Oh wait, no, it's not 25. No, it's 30.
God, I'm 25. I'm going to like grasp on the tail of the lizard without telling anyone and see what happens.
Kendry is kicked by a hind leg and flies through the sky.
Well,
And now,
it is technically a fey spirit.
Ooh.
Technically, in much the same way as like Find Familiar actually some spirit, not an actual living creature. It just incarnates a spirit, and this one happened to be fey.
Well, actually.
Wow.
Actually.
Pushes up classes. Alright, so. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to leave this room?
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go back and check out my dwarf key.
Right.
Okay.
How do you want to check it out?
So we're going to go have a look at that.
I have a vague idea that last time you said something happened when I pulled or turned or pushed or something that key, but I didn't write it down because I'm a fool.
No, nothing happened.
I think we pulled the key out, didn't we?
Yeah, you tried to push it, nothing happened. You tried to turn it clockwise and counterclockwise, nothing happened, and then you push it out. What I meant to say is like
I kept the key. What happened?
Yeah, you when you pushed against it, it rattled around like it was just loose, sitting loose, and then you pulled it out.
Okay, so now I have a key. I want to go and check and see the spot where it came out of. Did it look like just a holding spot, or did it look like a keyhole?
It looked like a holding spot.
Okay, well then I have a key.
It looks like this was like a hiding place for this key.
Okay.
What else is in that room?
Yeah,
we only really saw the fresco.
You see 4 bedrolls. That must have that must have belonged to the actors.
Right. Okay.
You assume. They are They are not like old and withered or anything. They look like they've been used recently. So you assume this was the room of the other actors, while Aktal and Harria got the room with the actual beds.
Right. Okay.
Well.
Ooh, there's a door up here.
There's one at the top, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we haven't checked that yet, have we?
Nope.
There's one
You
here.
haven't?
I feel like I want to check that door.
Oh, there's one over there too.
Mm-hmm. There's one in the room.
Oh. Right.
But no, I'm gonna be following Greco, because I'm all about following rogues through dungeons. So.
But there's two of us, and one of us wants the other door, so you get a choice.
True. Eeny
We
meeny.
can always double back and check the other doors.
That's true.
True. I'm really interested in this door at the end of the of that room. Nothing else in there? Just the bedrolls?
Are we just? It's just the two of us that come through here.
You know what? I want to mess around and check those bedrolls just to see if they left anything good other than the bedrolls, and also take one of the pillows because why not?
You find leftovers from like makeover leftovers. You find a set of fake fangs. You find a lot of loose hair from which you assume must have been wigs because they are very long hair.
So you're saying I now have a disguise kit?
You have bits and pieces of makeup, and you have a few strands of hair and a fake set of fangs. But given that you're a goblin, you already have fangs. So make of that what you will.
Is it like a mouth guard? Like perfectly for you.
Fangs on my fangs, and people will think I'm an orc.
If I have fake fangs, maybe people won't think I'm a goblin. There's some rude people out there that don't like goblins. No, so I'm taking these things and a pillow, and I'm putting the things in one of the other pillowcases.
All right.
So now I'm gonna put a disguise kit on my character sheet. So that's what's happening.
Can write it down as the remains of a disguise kit. Yeah.
I'm gonna check that door for trap just while we're waiting.
The one on the left or on the right?
On the left.
All right, because your token is still in the front room.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh. I've moved it on my one. Maybe I haven't connected.
Yeah, you're not connected. You're not in our game.
Okay.
Oh, I just shot over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I with you now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna check.
Where's my lizard? Bring me my lizard.
Make your check. Make an investigation check or perception check.
Sorry, I froze again. 19 again.
The door looks perfectly fine.
Shouldn't have put so many doors in this dungeon. Every door, check for traps.
It's the way it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna like slowly pop my head through.
Right. You open the door. And you see a a few pillars again. Like the first thing you see are these pillars in the middle of the room as you open the door. They are rather slim. They look more decorative, not like they're bearing any weight. And they look, from first glance, they look a bit pockmarked. There's little indentations all over.
Okay. And I'll wave to the other guys, and I'm like, I don't think there's anyone in here.
You don't hear anything.
Okay. Then
I will also go in. I wanna. When I get there and see them, I'd like to examine the pockmarks. Like, are they like BB gun pockmarks or just age?
No. They are, as you take a close look, they are in a regular pattern. They seem to be spiraling along these pillars. And as a seasoned rogue and thief, you instantly pick up on those pockmarks being places where gemstones or something else that's decorative used to be put. Like those, each and every one held something, most likely a gemstone.
Are they all empty now?
You can take a closer look if you want.
I would love to take a closer look.
Yes.
I'll aid you. Yeah, I'll help you with that.
Roll for investigation then, please.
Okay, that one's an 11 and that one's 12, and my investigation is plus 6, 18.
All right. What about you, Gendry?
Ooh, good one. 14.
Wait, that's what I thought aiding meant that I got advantage. Should I not have taken advantage?
No, I thought you both looked individually.
Oh no, I was aiding.
Oh, okay, then it's... Never mind.
Still 18.
You find, as you go down these, this hallway, you find more of these pillars, 6 in total, and they are all pockmarked like this. There's a lot of these indentations all over these pillars, and as you get to the very last one, you find one of these small pearls in one of these indentations. The very same one you found in the statue's head, where you fought the slime.
Ah.
Huh.
Interesting.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and take out my pearl. Put it in one of the holes.
Nothing happens. It falls right out again.
Good, I get to keep it, and I'm gonna get that one too.
Do you tell the others about this?
If they ask.
Did you get anything?
Yeah. Knife. Try to pry it out. Give me a hand.
It pops out very easily. Weirdly enough, it feels like it wasn't even really attached. Like just touching your blade to the bottom of the pearl, it kind of like it almost jumps out at you, and it rolls like to your feet, and it stops at your feet.
Do I see that happen?
I don't know. Do you? Where are you?
Oh, I'm pretty much behind Grackle.
This was here, and at the very end.
Yeah, I've been like following along.
I mean, you see Grackle fudging around with and you hear the scraping of metal on stone, and then something going tink tink tink. And Grackle presumably quickly ducking down and picking something up.
Oh yes.
It's a strange.
And there are no more of these, or at least no more that I can get to.
You don't see any else.
Okay.
And you've looked very thoroughly.
I just yeah, okay, so DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Would these be of a sufficient value to use them to cast Identify?
There are no I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Well, I'll save it. I don't have anything to identify at the moment.
Here's the thing. Casting Identify doesn't use the component.
Yeah, but it does use a spell slot.
It does, yeah.
Oh, you can cast it as a ritual, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Do we want to take 10 minutes? Or shall I just save this thought for later?
Well, if you want to investigate something.
If you're really intrigued.
Gendry, show me your sword. I'll take 10 minutes.
Boom.
Alright.
And I take the little owl feather from my pocket, and I put the pearl in front of one eye, looking through the other at it. And I cast my, my little was das. Because I already know it's magic. I just want to know if it will tell me.
Nothing happens.
It was worth a try. Stick it back in my pocket while saying, I guess it's worthless.
My sword?
If you...
No. A spell component.
Pearl.
If you would like, I can attempt to break the spell that holds it to you.
For me?
Yes.
If that would be amazing. And I hold it up like willingly.
Take out the mace. Just hold it in front of you. Point it away.
I close my eyes.
Time for another spell shatter.
What was the roll again? What did you say?
Basically, it's a charisma check against a DC of your choosing, and I think you chose 19.
Okay.
So, let's see if I can do this. 12, 15, not quite good enough.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes a loud clang noise. Your Gendry, there's a pain in your hand. Undescribable. But nothing happens.
I'm just silent for a little bit, and you just like hear little bits of like little tears coming down. Like,
but they're manly whimpers.
They're manly whimpers.
I'm a manly,
and Grackle will tell you so after you pat them for a bit. But they're very manly whimpers.
Yeah, he also has pink hair. So, cool. I think I have a feeling this will be sorted soon anyway. Thank you very much, though, guys.
I will keep trying, but
yeah, we'll keep investigating. Don't worry.
Oh, maybe you can hear one of my ideas later.
Yeah, we'd love to. We'd love to hear about your ideas.
Cool.
And again, so while Grackle is attempting to do identify. I'm going to head in the other direction and go down here. Barrel.
All right. As you move down this wider hallway, this 40 feet wide hallway, and also 40 feet high, you see two rows of statues. Life-size granite statues of humanoid warriors. They're all facing inward, standing atop of two rows of pedestals that run as far as you can see.
Okay, they're facing inwards, as in like facing each other.
Yes. Also make a perception check.
Oh, I perceive nothing. That was a 1.
Cool.
You're in a dungeon.
Yeah.
You
There's some
think you
walls
might
here.
be underground.
I can see some statues.
That you do, yes.
Okay. I don't want to go poking statues. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. To see what I can see. Just like about here.
More statues.
More statues.
They are all they're all different. In that they are wearing like different kinds of armor. Some are like leaning on like big swords. Others are holding staffs and stuff like that. But they're all about the same size. They're all made of granite, from what you can tell with your keen dwarven eyes. And they are statues, as far as you can tell.
Well, Theron's gonna look at that and then just come back and just say, nothing down there but some statues.
Good, because I want to check out if there's anything that way. Can I look for secret doors? Because it seems odd to have just that little alcove there. Goes nowhere.
Actually, there's something there.
Oh,
there's
hello.
A rusty pile of armor that just lies there.
Just rusty. None of it's any good.
It's like, do you touch it?
No, I've learned something from Gendry's life, and I think that I will touch it, but with something that isn't me. Hang on, let me see. What have I got?
A stick. You need a stick. We need a stick for poking things.
I do need a stick, but I haven't got a stick.
I mean, you do have arrows. They're basically sticks.
Yeah, you know what? I've got sticks attached to sharp bits, so I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it.
Or you shoot an arrow at it. Yeah, you can do that too. To save you the hassle of rolling and everything, the arrow hits the armor and it pierces it like it's paper, and the armor starts to crumble a bit. It's so old and rusted. It doesn't stand a chance against your arrow.
My mighty arrow. Okay.
Apparently, hope was all that was holding together.
Take back my mighty arrow and grumble about it being no good to take. What sizes was it? Did I notice?
Like medium size, like probably for a human. Yeah.
Okay. What about that way? Anything good down there? Ooh.
There's the hallway.
Fellas, I mentioned, and I make sure I get, one of them at least to look at me and point that way and then go down and look at it some more.
Ooh, she's away. Off I go.
I'll go gingerly and stealthily, just For giggles.
So Grapple strolls away down this
Gingerly and stealthily.
Down this empty hallway. This absolutely safe and non-threatening hallway.
Not hazardous in the slightest.
Yeah, I totally didn't see a green thing just disappear.
No, that was someone keeps drawing shapes, and I just deleted it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I did a couple of them.
So yeah, I'm gonna. It feels like the shape that we have walked around ought to be a room. So I'm gonna examine the walls for entrances, exits, traps.
Alright, in the interest of time, and because I feel a theme coming on. Whenever there's, like, I get it, you're a rogue, that's your job, but to save time and to not have to roll for every wall and door, I'll save you the hassle. You investigate the walls closely, but you find no evidence of a secret door or a trap or anything like that. It's a solid stone wall.
I should explain why I'm doing this. Grackle lives her life above ground and doesn't know enough about architecture or physics to understand that there have to be some null spaces in caverns and caves because of the weight of the earth pressing down. She has no idea that there have to be places that are not rooms that are on the opposite, you know? I get the feeling, because of what you've just said, that most of the empty spaces that I can find anything cool are simply empty spaces. But she will be frustrated for the rest of the campaign that she can't get into these incredibly secret places.
Possibly not even empty spaces. They may just be solid rock.
Well, that's what I mean by empty. She'll be frustrated because she just assumes that there's empty space in there. There's a room. She just can't find a way in.
I'll try to not give it away by making you roll whenever there actually is something secret, but just so we save some time and not roll for everyone, I'll skip one every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's
just for the sake of it, I will skip my instincts every now and then.
No.
She's checking everything, and it will slow you down if nobody kicks her in the butt.
It's fine. If you want to check for a secret door, let me know, or secret trap or whatever, and I'll let you know as fast as I can if there's something there or not.
Okay.
Because this is a dungeon crawler. There you have a good reason to check these things, and it's going to happen frequently. But I feel it's going to interrupt the flow of the game if this happens. And we have 2 rogues, so we have twice the chance of this happening.
So many rogues.
Well, she wants to justify the pay that she assumes she's getting.
That's not even counting. That's not even counting our tabaxi bard who may just go, is there a thing? Is there a thing? Is there a thing? Is there? I'm gonna find the thing. I've gotta find it.
Alright, so
basically, if we're not in a hurry, just pretend I'm searching for stuff, and you decide whether I find it or not.
That's fair.
Sad.
So I'm gonna keep going.
Excuse me.
And searching.
Gendry, are you staying behind? You're currently alone with Copper Kettle, who is very catatonic. Hasn't said anything all day.
She's probably wanting to climb.
Staring off into the distance.
Catatonic.
Catatonic.
Boo and boo.
Hey, you said the word, man.
No.
That's true.
Never happened. Nobody said it.
Alright, so you continue down the hallway, your footsteps echoing down, being the only sound accompanying you, apart from Varrock's bad dad jokes.
As
The
kind of,
occasional tap on the wall. Oh, nothing hollow. Okay, darn it.
I can kind of see the party getting like split. So Athera's gonna stand like in the middle here and just call everyone. You just hear a barrel kind of like let out quite a large grumble.
So
my friends, come here.
So Grackle, you're sneaking down this hallway, when all of a sudden
really
you hear this from behind you echoing down this long hallway.
Dagger! I'm doing that.
Yeah. I come around the corner and like stick my head just over the corner like catatonic.
Oh dear.
So Farron's currently stuck in the wall. Or are you climbing on the wall?
Oh yeah.
Well, for variety's sake, every now and then Varrock does just tighten the buckles on his equipment and just rides on the wall. After all, their combined weight would trigger pressure plates that smaller folks wouldn't anyway, so...
Fair enough.
So true.
So, as the kind of group gathers, I kind of say, it seems that we're at odds on which direction to go. We should probably decide whether we want to head north or south, and travel as far as we can in that direction, or otherwise we'll be wandering around these halls for forever.
Are you coming or not?
Grackle has obviously made their decision. What would the rest of us like to do?
Grackle was never heard from again.
Suddenly snuck off. Shall we follow our small goblin friend?
We definitely need to go deeper.
Their instincts seem to be geared towards survival, so it does suggest that they feel secure going in this direction for now. I see no reason to doubt that.
I think we should remember what we heard before.
Sorry, you're relying on Grackle's wisdom?
Not wisdom, instincts. There's a difference.
Our goblin guide, who's never been underground before.
This is the best day ever. I feel like my mom is probably watching right now going, oh my god, they're listening to my kid. He has no survival instinct. What are you people doing?
This is my first day on the job.
So I was going to say, Grackle seems fairly convinced that we should head south, I think, if we're going in the right direction. Well, wait, now I know which direction we're going in, because I've got that feat.
Yes, you're going south again.
But remember, we heard that there are bugbears to the south.
I mean, you went quite a bit north before you...
I know, I'm just aware that we'd bump into them eventually.
Yeah.
That's true.
That said, our friend Grackle has disappeared. Maybe we should head off that direction first.
Okay. I feel that as long as we're going deeper, I'm happy.
Fair enough.
As long as we're making some sort of progress. I mean, we are here to find somebody, so we should investigate everything we can.
Yeah.
Serves them ill if we are not thorough.
Exactly.
Ooh, I'm moving everyone now. That's not what I want. Okay, well, with that in mind, then I'm just going to follow Grackle until we get to the end of this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So we find yet another door.
Yeah, because there has to be one. There's always going to be doors.
And indeed, as you press forward, you find another door.
That's dead.
The hallway seems to continue, but there is a door about halfway around this bend, halfway of this part. Looks just like any other door in here, a wooden door. Yeah.
Can I listen out? See if I can hear anything.
Nope.
Oh, I will listen out. See if I can hear
Any
anything.
sounds coming from inside the door?
Nope.
Nothing.
Excellent. Turn to Gendry. Would you like?
I'll let you have this one.
If you want to lend a hand.
I can lend one.
Wait.
Kraken did not make the cheesy face. That's just me. Yeah, I will investigate this door for traps and or locks.
And again, looks like a perfectly normal door.
Lovely.
Okay. Well then, let's have a look.
Want to open up?
Yes.
As you open up the door and it opens outwards, an avalanche of skulls comes rolling out, and it's kind of like it fills the entire like hallway. Skulls everywhere, like humanoid skulls, tiefling skulls, animal skulls, all kinds of skulls. Just rolling out, clattering all about, making a huge noise. And as you
I felt like that was put there just for someone like me.
As you get your bearings and look into the room again, you see still hundreds of skulls in this tiny room, in this tiny closet. But emerging from the middle of it is a pedestal, like a
I thought you were going to say a big spider.
No. No. I promise you there will be no arachnoids. You see this pedestal, and on the pedestal is a red velvet cushion, and on top of the red velvet cushion is a singular skull that hasn't moved yet, and and from first look seems to be a dwarven skull, and you see a rainbow shine within its right eye, or the left from your perspective.
I want to.
Come again?
I'll do a religion check.
Sure.
Nope. That's a fail.
As far as you know,
of 8.
Yeah, you never heard of any religion having anything specific about this.
So there's nothing on the pedestal, or on the pillow, or on the skull at all. It's just a plain skull with a rainbow glimmer in its eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is weird.
It is.
How did all those skulls fall over without knocking this one over?
That's weird.
It must be nailed down or glued to the pillow. No.
Hey, Theron.
Yes.
Is your friend a dwarf?
No. My friend's a gnome.
Ah.
There's gnome skulls in here, too. Orc, goblin, all.
We tell
Anybody we know if we look at them, and I'm asking specifically because my wife just attended the cremation of her father, and she said you could definitely identify that it was him. His bones, his skull was him.
No.
Anybody we know?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's almost like a collection. It's a morbid kind of collection, but no.
Sure. And these skulls, are they like fresh or old or burnt or intact or broken?
It's a wild mix. Like it's a
Okay.
it's a mixed bag. There's some of them are cracked, others look pristine. Others look to be very old. It's the only thing is the dwarf skull on the cushion looks pristine. It looks like it looks perfect. It looks like a dictionary
Fresh
entry
yet
of
clean.
it looks like a dictionary entry of a dwarven skull, like
Okay.
out of an anatomy book.
Anatomy.
Anatomy.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
If I recognize it as a dwarven skull, then I'd probably go in for a closer look.
Yeah.
You
have to kind of wade through these skulls, and you hear, like, when you move in, you definitely hear some cracking beneath you. But other than that, nothing else seems to happen.
Very small skulls.
Yeah.
Very small skulls.
Birds and mice, rats.
Just this once. I'm gonna leave this alone.
I really
It's
want to
shiny.
touch it.
And it's pretty.
I just have a bad feeling.
I want to know what the glimmer is, though.
I want to know what the rainbow thing is.
Yeah. Can I have a closer look at the glimmer? Can I see anything in the the socket?
You see, as you look in, a small pearl shining in all the colors of the rainbow.
Chromatic pearl.
I'm going to take
number 3.
A pair of tongs from my belt, reach in there, and pull out.
As soon as you pull out the tongs, like from the eye socket, the skull goes, "Ah!" Without the hands. It just goes, "Ah! Ah! I gotcha!"
Theron pulls it out and says, "What?"
"Aha! Gotcha! Tremble before me, mortal! Bow before my powers!"
Gendry's already shot himself and run away.
Theron's like,
he just backpedaled into that corner on the west end of the screen.
Theron has like seen this shit before. It's just, your power over what exactly?
Oh, you'll see. You wait. I'll get you. Come a bit closer and I'll bite you.
Theron's gonna like take a step back and just push the door closed.
No, please. Oh gosh, don't leave me here.
And then take the pearl and say to Grackle, "Does this look familiar to you?"
Does it?
It's the exact same one that you just picked up and the one that you picked up earlier.
Okay.
Yes, it looks like a pearl.
Would you like to hold on to them? We seem to be collecting quite a few.
Sure.
I'm gonna drop it from the tongs into your hands.
You hear through the door still shouting, "Please! Oh God! It's so dark! I can't see anything! I haven't talked to anyone in years!"
What do you want to do about the skull?
Varrock will crack open the door, look in, and go, looks undead to me. I think I should smite it into its final rust.
Well, before you do, it may have some useful information about where we are.
Oh, skull of attempted sphere.
You can call me. My name is Bergrek Colehand the Great.
Spell it.
Bergreck.
Bergrek.
Yep, Colehand.
Okay.
Coal hand.
Cold
Coal.
hand?
Coal.
Coal.
Coal hand. Okay.
Okay.
So
The Great.
Bear Grek Coal Hand the Great.
Yes.
Explain to me why I, as a paladin, should not smite you.
Well, I could provide you with valuable information. Yes.
Such as?
Well, for one, what am I getting out of it?
Not death.
Well, I could send you on to your final reward. You have your choices of freedom from continued existence, or freedom from this room.
You're quite a bully, aren't you?
You're undead.
I'm just joking. It's fine. Okay.
Dwarves.
Theron like, what?
Alright, look. He's going to he's going to tell you a secret.
Theron's going to ask about the pearl specifically that you just pulled out of the thing's face.
What are you asking him? RP man.
RP man. Oh, powerful skull in a cupboard. What do you know of the pearl that I just removed from your dusty eye socket?
What pearl? I can't see. I don't have eyes.
Good point.
Oh,
Good point.
then how'd you know we were here? You didn't have ears either.
Touche.
I take it out and I hold it up to where if it could see things, it would be able to.
To be honest, I have no idea.
All right.
How did it end up in your eye socket?
I just said I have no idea. What are you, deaf?
What?
If anyone here has seen History of the World Part 1, this will sound familiar. Schlepp him along.
Climb off my mount, walk in, pick up the skull, and stuff. Guess what? You get to be the first being to know what the inside of a bag of holding looks like.
No.
We're keeping the skull now?
The skull is
But we're keeping it quiet.
This is a good plan, and nothing could possibly go wrong.
No, never. What could possibly go wrong?
So you found a talking skull with an attitude.
Talking skull.
He was about to tell you a secret, but then you muted him.
I mean, I did want to hear what he had to say.
Yeah.
See what mood he's in when you pull him back out. But I think this is as good point as any to stop for tonight.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
It was a bit of a slower episode today, but we had a few things to handle. I also planned a few things that we didn't get to, but I'm glad we at least got to my Monkey Island 3 reference. Yeah, I hope you all had fun, both our viewers and our players. Gendry had an important encounter. Varrock now has 2 pets. One he can ride, and another one he can talk to. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen next week.
Yep.
It's only going to get better. I can promise you that.
Yay!
Yeah.
Zany antics galore.
Yeah.
So next episode will be August the 27th at 8 p.m. UTC. That's the Universal Time thingy. Looking forward to that happening. I hope we'll have the full cast back again by then. But until then, everybody say good night, and we'll
Good night,
see you
everybody.
next week.
Night,
Good
night.
night.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.